St. Lucia's ambassador to OECS and CARICOM, Dr. June Soomer, who also handles diaspora affairs, is continuing her advocacy for reparations for women of African descent. Soomer introduced the Brattle report on reparations for transatlantic chattel slavery in the Americas and the Caribbean to the public for the first time in St. Lucia during the UE Open Campus Reparations Lecture series. She focused on what she called the undervaluing of what is owed to women of African descent in reparations.
Women in colonialism and women currently, that has caused, even for me, within such a prestigious report, it has caused a certain amount of angst because we are so undervalued that if we do not speak out as women of African descent, the whole undervaluing of what is owed to us will take place. Because if you undervalue what is owed to women, what is owed to the whole reparations movement is undervalued.
The Brattle report on reparations for transatlantic chattel slavery on the Americas and the Caribbean attempts to quantify what is owed to slavery descendants.
The transatlantic chattel slavery was not lawful. Because people have a way of telling me, but slavery was legal at the time. The Brattle group has concluded, and we're talking about lawyers, economists, a whole group of people, that transatlantic slave trade was unlawful. Okay? And that's a very good first step for us. And so if we now say that it was illegal, then restitution must be the next step. Restitution must be the next step for us to be able to mitigate, get rid of, etc., the challenges that we face now.
The UE Open Campus supports the fight for reparations for people of African descent.
Voices such as those of our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, Chair of the CARICOM Reparations Committee, and renowned author of Britain's Black Debt, and more recently, How Britain Underdeveloped the Caribbean, and also Professor Vereen Shepherd, current Director of the Center for Reparation Research at the University of the West Indies, have for decades been raised in the call for reparatory justice. Their voices has been raised in the call to account for the forced displacement of over 12 million people from the African continent by European colonial powers and over 350 years of enslavement and unpaid labor by them and their descendants, which made a significant contribution to the rapid development and accumulation of the wealth held today by European nations, private corporations, and individual families.
The harm caused by transatlantic chattel slavery continues to resonate in the lives of slavery descendants. The Brattle report on reparations for transatlantic chattel slavery in the Americas and the Caribbean examined the historical context and contemporary legacy of transatlantic chattel slavery. It also focused on calculating reparations for the violations of international law arising from and caused by this system. Joachim Duplessis, HTS News Force.